So here we are with Motorcycle.com's 2013 250cc Dual Sport Comparo. On my right, Honda CRF250L. This is effectively an all-new motorcycle for Honda in 2013. To my left, Kawasaki's KLX250S. Still going strong, still a relevant good motorcycle, but been around the block a little bit. It's not nearly as new or up-to-date as the Honda. So what we've done to put these two to the test is put them through both the elements that they're designed for, street and some mild off-roading. But all in all, these are just a couple mild-mannered dirt bikes that do really well on the street. Even though they're similar in a lot of ways, there are some pointed differences too.
Well, right off the top, I mean, you've got a brand new Honda that's $600 less than the Kawasaki is right now, and the Honda comes with fuel injection compared to the old school carburetor on the Kawasaki. So, you know, big advantage going to the Honda right out of the gate. We'll find out some more after we get done riding, and we'll know who comes out on top. Well, what we've come to find out is there are some unique differences between the two bikes, such as we have a tachometer on the Kawasaki and we have a fuel gauge on the Honda. The Honda is also a little bit more dirt-worthy. It has some more aggressive tread tires on it and some wider foot pegs. The one thing that the Kawasaki does have over the Honda is adjustable suspension.
Now, we mentioned earlier that the Honda has fuel injection. Boy, in this day and age, that's something you get used to having. And having ridden the KLX that's carbureted, you can really appreciate the fuel injection. Smooth throttle response, but probably most noticeable, the Honda, you turn the key, hit the starter, it fires right up, you're ready to go. Not so much with the Kawasaki.
2013 Kawasaki KLX250S. Comes in green, comes in white. Some of the nice things about this bike that Kawasaki put on it, some Excel aluminum rims. It does have a helmet lock, which is strange because you take a smaller price bike like this and it has a helmet lock, and you take a $15,000 cruiser and they can't afford to put one on one of those. So kind of a nice thing to have. It's also got these nice little bungee clips down here. So if you want to attach something to the back of the bike, you know, a second helmet or what have you, you've got a place to attach it to. It also has some foot pegs down here that are a little narrower than the common dirt bike foot peg, but they also what looks like has a bolt hole if you wanted to put a rubber insert, which will help take out some of the vibration if you're doing a lot of road riding. You know, it's a 250cc single engine, and it's not the most vibey engine I've ever ridden. But I mean, still, it's a 250 single, and going down the freeway at, you know, 70 miles an hour, you're going to get a little bit of a tingle. So Kawasaki has put some nice features on this motorcycle. Will it be able to ward off the Honda? That's still to be seen.
So earlier Tom mentioned some of the more off-road oriented features that the Honda has, but let's cover a couple of the aspects of the CRF that make it really well geared for the street. Mirrors, nice and wide, good view from back. Much better than the round shape that the Kawi has. The Honda's LCD display, not only does it have the fuel gauge as we mentioned, which really is a more valuable proposition for most people that are going to ride this as opposed to a tachometer, but has large numbers, they're easy to read, it's really easy to see the speedo. Something that we've skipped over though, we should really point out, is the little 250 thumper in here. That is essentially sourced from the CBR 250R. It's been retuned and tweaked a little bit for better service in off-road and dirt bike settings. Combined with a good fuel injection, the engine has good power, and it has a good pull and torque all the way through the rev range. You really don't notice that it lacks seriously at any one point. So we've kind of run the gamut on yet another pair of dual sports today. We've done freeway, street, canyon, off-road. We've taken them to the dyno, found out they're within a hair of each other in terms of peak power. Pretty equally matched bikes, but you know, it's hard for me to look beyond the Honda's Fuel injection, a little bit fresher motor, sourced from ostensibly a sport bike, the CBR250R. And the fact that it's $600 less than the Kawasaki.
Yeah, you got a big savings right out of the gate. You could take that money, buy some accessories, make it an even nicer bike. Both of them are fairly equal. You've got a few idiosyncrasies here and there. The Honda is set up, I think, as a little bit better dirt bike with its wider pegs and the aggressive tires that it has. For the price, like you were saying, the fuel injection, I mean, it's kind of hard to beat.
Especially when we had so much trouble starting the Kawasaki, even when it was warm and during warm weather.
It was a finicky little bitch today, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's almost inexcusable in this day and age. Now, I'm sure that has something to do with EPA regulations and the way they tune the bike, but the Honda, put the key in, fire it up even on a cold morning, and you're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point we got to kind of give our tip of the hat to the Honda, and maybe Kawasaki will catch up next year.